Hey, what is up, all you beautiful souls out there? Welcome to the Level of Consciousness podcast, where I show you the different state of your powerful cosmic mind. Now, before I get into this episode, I would like to give some shout out to my friend who brought me this from Nepal. Actually, he bought it in India. It's Tulsi Green Tea Classic. This is for the people of all age and has a few benefits like bacterial infection, people with high blood pressure, strengthened teeth, immunity system, blood clotting, and obviously cancer resisting, which is a very good way to go. I do a lot of meditation, and basically this was supposed to help you with it. And this is India's most sacred herb. I'm not advertising this tea, by the way, right? I'm just recommending you, just in case if you do meditations like me, this could help you. The quote here says, "Real silent is when you have a silent mind, even when you are speaking." That's pretty crazy, right? So, cheers to you, and thanks for that as well. Next is that someone's asking me if why I don't have a YouTube account or a Facebook account. Well, I don't have any social media other than IG, right? And the reason for that is I'm here to only convey message from the source, the creator. So I'm not looking for validations, likes, or views, right? I want to make it hard for people to find me because, again, God works in a mysterious way. So if you're looking for this type of information, you will find it. And you have to be worthy for that, right? Anyways, on to today's topic, which is the Schumann resonance. And does it have any link with spirituality? Again, there's spiritual warfare going on right now. Lots, if you look on the internet. And most people don't even know it, right? And I want to tell you about this. I have to tell you guys because there's some secret meaning to it too, especially when it comes to health, when it comes to exposing lies. Like, for example, all the scientists came out to talk because they want to know if this has a link with spirituality. And when you search on it on YouTube, guess what? All these scientists, they came out to say like, no, it has nothing to do with spirituality. It's the frequency, the wave of radio, satellite, and like 5G, whatever you want to call it.
So the strength or the magnetic, we'll call it amplitude of these field line resonances is many, many times greater in amplitude than Schumann resonances. So these are magnetic waves that are basically trapped between the surface of the Earth and the bottom of the ionosphere.
And here I am sitting and laughing. I'm like, you know what? I'm coming out to say something about this, definitely. So in part of relearning, I'm going to teach you guys a lot, especially what I learned from my source. Like they have their own source, which is the fact check, Reuters, and whatever the mainstream source is. Well, I got my own source too. It came from above. So anyways, listen up. Schumann resonance is not new. It's been here since 1952. Discovered by Winifred Otto Schumann, Munich University, and later found by Hans Berger to be identical to the resonance of the brain and of the earth. Meaning the earth has an inner core and the outer core, and like us, we have a heart, right? What powers the heart? Obviously electricity. Most people don't even know that. So the earth also has a heart, and it acts like a big generator. So when the generator is on, it creates an electromagnetic field around the surface of the earth. So what powers the earth then? Like we all ask that question. Well, here's a secret. Lightning charges the earth. If you look, most people are scared of lightning. I'm actually fascinated by lightning too because I like looking at it. I looked at it all the time. I tell people and they're like, oh, no, don't. Watch out. You're going to get struck by lightning. You're going to die. Well, fuck, I'm still alive, right? That tells a lot. I like looking at it. And if I have like a really powerful camera, which obviously I can't afford, I would love to just capture that screen and then do a slow motion where it strikes down the earth. Yes, that powers up the earth, right? So a portal's open up, but because of the clouds, so you can't see shit. So you see those flash. When it flashes, lightning comes down. So a portal opens from the universe, which then power up the generator, the inner core of the earth, right? Sending all the electromagnetic force to the surface of the earth, to all the living things out there, right? So going back to the Schumann resonance, we move into the chart, which is a different combination of different waves of colors, some vertical and some horizontal, displaying in a canvas. The horizontal green color represent blockages orchestrated by human who has low levels of consciousness, which are indoctrinated by religion, school system, mainstream media news, wars, political problems, and story of the virus. The reddish orange dots around the green coloring represents an even stronger blockages. The white splashes means a huge amount of light coming into our Mother Earth. This light carries informational codes that resets, regenerate, and upgrade our DNA. So the splash of light is caused by the planetary alignment, transmission down to Earth, which cause associated symptoms. We'll get down to that later about the ascended symptoms. But the majority cause is from the power of the sun. The solar flare and storm, which causes all satellite and equipment interferences and glitches. They are scientifically reported to increase throughout the year. So we, as human beings, our magnetic fields have been shown to respond to these changes in the sun's magnetic field. The solar flares and storm have an effect on our physical, mental, emotional health of humans and animals. Again, Mother Earth has a magnetic field as our protector. That's what mothers do. They protect their children.
How can I help you if you won't let me in?
The world's too big, Mom.
Then make it small. Just, focus on my voice.
What's wrong with me, Mom?
Man, that's pretty crazy, huh? Upgrading our DNA without medical things, right? It's just like straight up light coming down to Earth and then our DNA gets an upgrade, right? It's hard to believe, but this has a lot of link with spirituality. But before I get into that, I want to finish up the graph. Total blackout with no color. This means the light is coming into our planet that not even any technological equipment can handle and explain it. But before I get into more of this, I want to go back into the DNA upgrades. And you probably wonder why, all of a sudden they want to edit our genes because of the virus and so on. They want to make sure that your health is on par with whatever the virus is coming in, right? Because human being gets a DNA upgrade all the time. So like your muscles, when you go to the gym, you work out, or you run a lot, right? And you haven't done it for, let's say, a week. What happens to your body? Your body gets sore. So now we move on to the ascended symptom, right? So the Schumann resonance linked with spirituality, and spirituality is quite important here because most people believe in science. They don't believe in nature would do this to us. They don't believe that we can heal or upgrade DNA naturally. They don't, right? So we've been indoctrinated to, get hooked to the big pharma, pay doctors, consult doctors. So it's quite amazing how we get this surge of light coming down from the source code, right? That's why they call it the source code. The source code has to be written, right? Us, we're the same thing. We've been indoctrinated for a long time by religion, by school system, and political system, the war and all that, right? So the universe sees that, and they decided to, all right, it's time to reset everything. So they send this surge of light to wake people up. That's why it's called collective consciousness. It wakes you up. And then one day you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, something's wrong. Like I feel that there's this feeling that something is not right. Like you're waking up from the matrix or something. You start seeing things differently. You start to wonder about like your life, like what are you doing, why are you going to work, why are you making money, and then in the end you're just dying, right? But human beings live in this stressful life for a long time that it has become like a way of life to them. Like they won't even realize that they're stressed, and in the end obviously it gets into the psychological mindset where you're so stressed, and then you have to go to see a psychiatrist, and they give you some medicine. You're like, again, like the movie The Matrix, right? The psychiatrist will say like, oh, that's just you thinking bad, right? Go back into the system because we need you, right? You're a battery to them. they need people like you to power their world up.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
But anyways, getting back into the DNA upgrade. Now, think about this, okay? Doing in 2019, all this news started about the pandemic coming in, right? And in 2020, people start getting sick. So I just wanted to show you what ascended symptom means, right? The ascended symptom, when there's a flash of light coming down, then you feel sick. Trust me, I nearly died last time. Just a few days ago, I was basically laying there. I took a nap, got download, and when I wake up, I'm usually okay.
Well, I'm sorry. That lost hand nearly killed me.
I couldn't move. My body is sore. I have a huge migraine. And quickly, obviously, I went to do some earthing and I felt better after. So some of the ascended symptom that you will find is basically headaches, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, strange body pains, mind fog, cold-like symptom, flu-like symptom. Get it? What they're trying to do? Like, they knew that this was going to happen. That's why, if you look at the Vatican has the biggest telescope in the world, which is called Lucifer. And, you ask yourself, why would the Vatican needs the biggest telescope? Or do these priests want to stargaze or something at night, right? No, it's not for that, right? It's not for you. It's for their plan, because they work their plans through timing of the stars, when the different stars align, and they know when this surge is coming in. And that's why the Schumann resonance actually help with your health as well. So when you see this flash of light coming in, you know you're going to be sick. So you have to be prepared, stay hydrated, drink a lot of water. And I'm going to read you a list of what you can do to better your health. So the most underused medical tools, basically fasting, sunlight, sleep, nature, real food. I'm not talking about the food that you buy at 7-Eleven or those processed food, right? You want to stay away from that. You want to get organic food. And exercise is really important too. It's good if you do this consistently and try to have less excuse within yourself. So hugging a tree is also good because...
But when you hug it, you start feeling life. And you start healing as well. It naturally has healing properties, meaning the energy, because we are all vibrations. Tree is vibration, we are vibration, ground is vibration, everything is vibration. It's all connected to the universe.
You hug a tree or touch a tree, the residing EMF frequency is removed from the body as electrons move in and neutralize the charge. And sharing with the trees and right down the earth. And here's a secret for you. If you dig deep on the ground, you see that all the tree roots are connected, right? So that's why in the city there's not much tree, because if you go into nature, you cannot put electricity on the ground because there's so many roots there. But in the city, they have removed a bunch of trees out. That's why you only see one tree every, I don't know, maybe 50 meters apart, right? All the roots on the ground are all linked. And humans are the antenna feeding the earth, feeding the trees. So more tree, the better for us, because more oxygen, right? None of this. If you cover your face, you can't get oxygen. You can't get oxygen, you also feel sick. And that's why it's very important to wake up and realize all this. Going back to more secrets, which is the clothing that you wear as well. And like everything else in the universe, you're vibrating and creating energy. So the human body has a frequency of 100 megahertz, and organic cotton also has a frequency of 100 megahertz. And study shows that if the frequency of your clothing is below 100 megahertz, it puts strains on your body. Polyester, silk, rayon register at 15 megahertz, which is equivalent to a dead or nearly dead person. I bet you didn't know that. So if you're sick and you wear polyester, nylon, rayon, or silk, it will have the ability to make you sicker, right? So this is very important. And linen and wool are super fabric with a frequency of 5,000 megahertz. They are also scientifically proven to assist in all types of healing and bring more energy to the body. So lastly, 5G sounds exciting, right? I mean, you got fast download speed. You see, what people don't realize is the exposure to the frequency radiation. 5G phone, your Wi-Fi, and even microwave are absolutely dangerous because they both interfere with your body electromagnetic field. These cause headaches, sleep problem, cancer, and DNA damages, especially to infant and fetuses. And there are hundreds and hundreds of research showing this health problem. You can even search it up yourself. Of course, nobody seemed to care. So, I got just a video for you.
Okay, so you want to talk about assault weapons? I'm going to show you an assault weapon, okay? Let's see, shall we? So, this right here, you see that? Okay. This is off the charts. Do we see this number? This is at 14, 15. It's not supposed to go above 0.20. So anybody that's sitting outside, anywhere in this vicinity, which these people are right here, they're eating their food, getting radiated on. That's an assault weapon. You want to talk banning an assault weapon? Start banning those things that are radiating people to death every single day. Maybe we can start there.
The World Health Organization even said it themselves. They classified RF radiation as a possible carcinogen, meaning cancer causing. It can split DNA strands within cells. And now we got 5G towers everywhere. And believe me, this is gonna get far worse. Luckily, a friend of mine in Thailand showed me how to reduce the EMF within the electronics in your home. So he showed me that this special charcoal smashed up into bits and putting in this small Ziploc. So you can attach it in the back of your smartphone. And if you have an EMF machine, you can scan it and actually reduces the frequency. Pretty cool. I also have this big one to put it near my Wi-Fi. And of course, I don't have a microwave or any other high frequency electronic device in my home. So it's very important to have a good sleep. And you see a lot of people sleeping with their phone next to their head, which is not recommended. But hey, what can I say, right? I mean, you're hooked on Facebook, you're hooked on social media, you're hooked on watching your favorite show or TV series. But I'm just here to warn you, right? So how's everyone doing with the ascended symptoms? You know what? I know you're doing well. So why don't you go ahead and share how you feel about all of this? Hey, perhaps we need a change, but we had to act now, and not one of us can do it without the others. Just remember, whichever path that you choose, God always be with you because we are all one. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.